I was looking on Pinterest trying to find some ideas, and I ran across over 50 ideas to get inspiration from the fantastic creators found on Pinterest. There are some really neat ideas on this list, and I'd like to recreate one myself. Please vote for your favorite in the comments below and give a like indicating that you voted. Once I get 100 votes, I'll recreate one of the winning ideas. Today, I'm creating a custom picture frame using one of my favorite fabrics and giving it a special handmade touch using the Hardell 3.7 volt stainless steel electric engraving pen. It's lightweight, about the size of a regular pen, and powerful enough to glide through wood and many other things with ease. This is the engraving pen. It also came with several different stencils and a charger for the battery. Here are some of the different stencils. It also came with different engraving tips for different techniques, so we are going to test those out on the back of the frame. The Hardell engraving pen isn't just for wood. It works beautifully on materials like stone, aluminum, glass, and crystal. It's incredibly versatile for all kinds of creative projects, which we know we like to do on this channel, so this is perfect. Okay, first off we have this little tiny chiseler pen. It's a very small tip, so we're going to give that one a try. And it's very smooth feeling in the hands. This engraving tip is a little bit chunkier and it has a thicker head at the top, so it can engrave wider spaces. It's almost just like holding a pen and writing something. It's very comfortable. Now let's try out another head. And changing out the tip is so easy. It came with this little hex key. You stick it in the little hole that's there and then you just twist it and it comes right off. I'm going to take this one off, put it to this side so we know we used it. And now I'm going to use a very, very fine tipped engraving pen. And then you're going to push it all the way down and turn it back with your tool. So now that's on tight. Let's give this one a try. So this one is definitely fine. It might be just a little bit too fine for the project that I'm going for, but we're going to try them all. Got a little bit more girth to it than the one we just used, so let's try this. These are very smooth when you're using them. The next one we have is this one that's very pointy. It's very pointy, much like the other one. The last one looks exactly like the ones that we already tried that had the thicker heads, so I'm just going to put it in that pile. Let's go ahead and get started with the real thing. I put the thicker tipped engraver back on, but we're going to go ahead and use these stencils to write down some words like love, dream, hope, things like that. Alright, so let's get to engraving. I'm just going to show you what I do and you can tell me what you think. This little pen runs on 3.7 volts and has a very high rotation speed. The Hardell pen feels just like using a regular pen, and thanks to its high-speed rotation, it glides easy as I trace the design. Super smooth and satisfying. And then, like I said, I'm going to write the words love, hope, dream on the rest of it. For the design, I put some flowers on the frame. If you run it over the line a couple times, it also makes it a little thicker, so I'm doing that as well. I love how the stain adds richness and allows the engraving to stand out even more. This little pen runs on 3.7 volts and has a very high rotation speed, even on a surface like wood, so it gives a smooth and controlled engraving experience. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is grab the stencil and we are going to stencil on some words. So I'm just going to take and trace the inside of this stencil. I'm going to kind of stagger them a little bit since I don't have them straight. Easy solution to a difficult problem. Okay, and now we're going to take and we are going to engrave love into our hearts. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to engrave love into our picture frame. I think it's really neat that it comes with stencils so you don't have to just come up with your own designs. So one thing with this that I wanted to mention was that you really want to let the pen do the carving. You don't want to sit there like scraping into it really hard. Just let the pen do the carving. And that way it turns out really good. It doesn't like jump around or anything. Also, the bottom of the tip gets very, very warm. So you don't want to let your fingers slide down to where it's spinning because it'll burn you. Alright, so now we're going to stencil some more words on it. And we're just going to stagger our letters like before. That just makes it easier and kind of more fun looking. Let's do hope. By the way, if you're interested in one of these little pins, you can follow the link in my description below. Right now I'm using a mechanical pencil to trace the stencil, and it seems to be working really well as opposed to just a regular one. So just a thought for you. Okay, now we have Dream on there, and we are going to engrave that one too. And then we will almost be done. We just have to put our fabric in. And now for the final touch, this beautiful piece of fabric. It's a great way to repurpose leftover fabric scraps and turn them into something decorative and meaningful. So let's get this put in here. I just covered the board that came in here already. Okay, push the tabs back down. Alright, and now for the final result after adding the fabric. Are you ready? Drum roll please. And there we have it! Isn't that just gorgeous? It just is so cool and like neat and unique. I'm pretty proud of myself for doing it. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are and what you'd engrave on if you had one of these engravers. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed spending time with you, and I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful, fantastic day, and peace out.